All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, for the spirit to do this lesson. Double honor to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well, peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the men of the Lord, prophesying, preaching, and teaching in the highways and byways in sincerity and in truth. Shalom, Barakathum. And I'm going to play a little bit of this video and I'm going to get a few scriptures. And this is just a reminder, man, of where you are, man, which is in Egypt. The scriptures speak about not trusting in the shadow of Egypt. All right, and what you're going to hear in this video is going to be a prime example of that. This is Joe Biden. Now, keep in mind, this guy is the president of the United States. Okay, and look at what the leader of this land is. All right, so let me play it real quick. Get it to play.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you remember, Joe Biden once was quoted as saying he didn't want his kids to grow up in a racial jungle, meaning he didn't want his kids having to mix with black and brown kids. And that's why he was against busing. That's what Joe Biden said. I didn't say that. Joe Biden said that. He said he didn't want his kids growing up in a racial jungle. And then a few years later, he wrote the crime bill, which he said criminal gives you the death penalty for everything except jaywalking. And now,
All right, so you heard that, right? So he straight up said out of his own mouth he didn't want his kids hanging around a bunch of niggas. All right, he didn't want this commingling, and then a few years later, he writes the crime bill, which is a lot of that mandatory minimums where you get 30 years for having some cocaine, crack rock, just for possession. Your ass would get locked up, man, for decades. All right. In many cases, if you had a pistol or anything like that, which is hypocritical because their Second Amendment says anybody can have a gun for any reason. All this registration and all this bullshit, it's just that it's bullshit. He would lock your ass up for 30 years, man, life. But see, this guy has been in this what you so called politics for over almost 50 years, 48 years, I believe, and you got Jake. They're into this guy, man. They're into this whole left right, which is all Masonic witchcraft anyway. This whole Democrat Republican left right bullshit. They're into it, man. And this is outrageous because this guy has real blood on his hands, along with the rest of his race, who are the Edomites, by the way. All right, look at the situation that we're in, and y'all refuse to question anything, man. Jake, y'all got to start questioning things, man. You know, even if y'all don't have the truth, why doesn't it dawn on you the fact that there's never been any solution through this system. It's always been a snare. It's always been meant to play on your emotions, your heartstrings, and keep you in a destroyed state. So I'm rambling now, but let him finish.
our prisons are full with black and brown people. So you tell me who's the racist. I'm going to say it's Joe Biden. He's always been, and it slips out sometimes. Like,
And just to clarify, this guy, which is an Edomite, which he could be a Jake or another nation, but he's on the same political party as Joe Biden, and even he's calling him out. All right, actually, I'm gonna get that real quick because this is all coming out, man. There's chaos and confusion, and Esau being confounded, and his house. It's crumbling, man. Uh, Where's Jeremiah? It says Jeremiah 49:10. It says, "But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not." So his own people are exposing him, and the only way to really expose somebody is from a so-called credible source. And the only credible source in this society is Esau. People who look white, so-called white, and now look at it. It's chaos. It's enmity. You know, it's rioting, infighting. All of this bullshit. It's just confusion. There's no order. There's no real king. You know, although there is a real leadership behind politics, but as far as the people are concerned, they can just pass the buck because like, oh, the president can do this, but he can't do that. But then Congress got to do that. Then they got to vote, and so is holding up the vote, and it's just all of this back and forth before anything gets done. You know, and the scriptures don't operate like that, man. We have a king, we have one leader, and if you're not on the program, man, then you get you either get put to death or you get banished. You know, and that's just what it is. You know, but the scripture said, "I have made Esau bare," and this is part of Esau being made bare. Guys like this are coming on and rebuking them.
Sometimes he says stuff like this.
We have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
So that's the kind of stuff he says.
Right. So he basically said, if you're poor, you're a nigger. You know, and that's black and brown, which is basically Israelites. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Y'all are the Israelites, man, including Native Americans, including you Hispanics, you Issacharites in Mexico. All right, you Manassites in Cuba. You know, you Ephraimites in Puerto Rico. All right, Zebulon in Costa Rica to Guatemala, all the way down to Panama. All right, Benjamin over there in the islands, man, in Jamaica. All right, y'all are the Israelites, man. All the way down to South America. Okay, and look at how a bunch of Edomites came over here, turned the entire Western Hemisphere, boiled it down to 4 languages, and y'all are living the worst. Y'all are getting the worst fruits of this land, which is a very luscious land, man. When you think about it, North America is beautiful, man. The wilderness, man, the trees, the mountains, you know, particular lakes, different views, man. It's ridiculous, and you know it's beautiful in South America. There's a rainforest down there. There's beaches. This land was a paradise. But how much of that do you get to enjoy today? All right, Esau's come in. He's started a he's basically started an incorporation. He's drawn state lines and his own borders, and he'll put up a resort, and it'll cost you 2 G's to sit on the beach, you know. And this is captivity, man. This is hell. All right, we got to get the hell out of here. Actually, I'm gonna get a few of these now. I had them. I just typed in the word poor into the scriptures, and Job is pretty good, you know, in terms of precepts on that. This is Job 20:19. I'll read this one. It says, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he buildeth not. All right. And because he stole this land, man, he took everything, and then he was too lazy to even work the land that he stole. He had Judah, he had Levi, he had Benjamin. We had to work these fields and build up the wealth of this nation, of land that he stole from Gad. So we got completely run over, man. You know, it says verse 4, Job 24:4. Let me see. They turn the needy out of the way, the poor of the earth hide themselves together. Yep. 24:9 is good too. It says they pluck the fatherless from the breast and take a pledge of the poor, because we still got to pay these niggas taxes, man. That's the craziest part. Not only did Esau never pay us back anything, not even that fake bullshit paper fiat money, he won't even pay us that. Not only is he not paying us even that, but he's causing us to pay taxes. So we gotta basically subsidize these Edomite neighborhoods. You can't escape taxes, man. You go to any store, you gotta pay a tax. You know, you work a job, they're digging into your paycheck. All right, you run a business, you're gonna get audited. They're gonna want their tax. They're gonna want their cut. It says, let me see if I can find some more. Job 29:12, it says, because I delivered the poor that cried, and the fatherless him that had none to help him, and that's kind of where we are right now. And that's the predicament that Jake is in, because there's no help outside Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right, if you don't repent and come back, man, there's no alternative. All right, you got guys that want to try to build, they want to build communities. They're like, we need our own community. We need banks, and we need this and that. That's not gonna come to anything, man. Y'all don't understand the grip that this devil has on the world, man. 70% of global trade is in the U.S. dollar, which he controls of the world. 70%. And you niggas think starting a bank is gonna get you out of his grasp. All right. The Most High gave him the power that he has, via the sword, the military. There's this dollar which he's weaponized also as well. That's futile. It says let me see. There's a lot. Job 36 and 15. It says he delivered the poor in his affliction and openeth their ears in oppression. All right, and that's where we are, man. That's who we are. Okay, and he's gonna deliver us, man. But y'all can't be into the, liberalism and conservatism and Republican and Democrat and all this nonsense, man. This is the giant snare. It's witchcraft to keep you destroyed. All right. We know Psalms 10 and 2. It says, "The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined." All right, and this is a evil ass device, man. Let's see what they got more. I'm not gonna play the whole video, but play a little more.
Whoopsie daisy. Poor kids are just as talented as white kids. So you can see how he could make a statement like, "I don't want my kids growing up in a racial jungle." You can see that this is the guy, right? And so he did it again. So here's Joe Biden talking about how black businesses can close the racial gap. Here we go.
The data shows young black entrepreneurs are just as capable of succeeding given the chance as white entrepreneurs are. But they don't have lawyers. They don't have accountants. But they have great.
Oh, is that it?
What is the guy's his last boss, my boss, Barack Obama, was a lawyer. And the president of the United States. I think they have lawyers. In fact, Eric Holder, head of the Justice Department, another lawyer. Those are just two off the top of my head in the former administration. They don't have them.
Yeah, and Barack Obama sold you niggas out, man.
No black people have any resources. I see nothing wrong with this statement. Black people don't have any resources. They don't have accountants. They don't have running water. They don't have toilets. They're shitting in the street. We gotta help these people. They gotta listen to music. Put on the radio so they can.
And these are the curses. America, the richest country in the history of the world. All right, and we're living like peasants, man. Comparatively speaking, compared to the Edomites that live here, there are some third world countries where shit, it's rough out there. But where is our peace? And truth be told, there's nothing you can pay back, Esau, man. I mean, what you owe, the tab is too high. There's not enough money you can print to pay off the debt that you owe. And so Yahweh Shai and the angels, they're on their way back to take it, man, and set up the kingdom, which is going to be real wealth, okay? Unimaginable wealth, actually.
You can hear words. Black people don't know words. Remember when he was saying that? This is amazing. Black people have ideas, but they don't have accountants. They don't have lawyers. I'm going to give loans to black people. Is that what he's saying? Is that what he's trying to say? Is that what he's trying to make? I want to hear it again.
The data shows young black entrepreneurs are just as capable of succeeding given the chance as white entrepreneurs are. But they don't have lawyers. They don't have They don't have accountants.
Joe Biden is so tone deaf, he's banned from every karaoke bar in Washington, D.C. Black business owners don't have accountants and attorneys. Is that Ice Cube or Ice? That's Ice Cube, isn't it? Yes. I know the difference between Ice Cube and Ice T. I sure do. Ice T was on that NBC show, right? What show is Ice Cube on? He's got to be on a show, right?
Anyway, he's rambling now. It's a bit of a comedy show, but you brothers get the point. The situation that we're in. Honestly, it's dire. There's a reason the chariots are showing up. There's a reason why out of all this time has passed, you're still at the bottom. All right. There's a reason why global tensions, are rising rapidly. The possibility of World War III, it's ever increasing, and it's inevitable because the scriptures have written it, or it's written in the scriptures. It's prophecy. There's a reason for all of these things, man. And it's all connected. And you guys, who hear this, y'all got to be sincere in that, man. Like, what are you gonna do so you don't get judged? Because when all hell breaks loose, man, that the judgment coming down is going to be horrific. All right? Horrific. So I'll just leave y'all with Habakkuk 1. I'm not going to read it, but it's a very good chapter to read to understand how this devil came in and the situation that we're in. And that this system, there's no way out of this system. The only system you can use to get out of it is through the scriptures. Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, having the doctrine, having a sincere and contrite heart. You have to hate this world. You have to hate your current life, and you have to want the life of the kingdom and want to follow Yahweh Shai, who is the Messiah, who people ignorantly call Jesus Christ, So I wanted to leave that with you, Akimon. It's just too long. Hopefully, your brothers were edified. Call halal Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakak Wadash Wa Abab Babal. Inshallah.